Frédéric Vasseur spoke about Ferrari yesterday ahead of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, round 17 of the 2025 Formula One season, where the Maranello team believes it has the potential to achieve a strong result. It can be regarded as the final European race of the season, even if the country sits on the divide between Europe and Asia and has a very different atmosphere to the other races on the old continent. Many pundits and fans are discussing the possibility that the Italian team could perform well, largely thanks to the exceptional pace consistently shown by Charles Leclerc. However, there are several critical factors to consider, which help us understand what the Ferrari SF-25 needs to deliver the cleanest and most competitive weekend possible, the very goal that Ferrari's team principal has set for the team. It is in Baku, the capital city of Azerbaijan, that Formula One returns to one of the fastest and most unique street circuits on the modern F1 calendar. The Baku city circuit is certainly unusual. The 6.003-kilometer-long street track includes long straights and wide corners, as well as tight and twisty sections that run between the ancient buildings of the old city. The final section, over 2 kilometers long, is taken flat out and is usually the scene of the key moments in the race, while the section around the historic citadel is so narrow that in parts it is only wide enough for just one car. The optimism surrounding Ferrari is partly fueled by the remarkable fact that over the past 4 years, Charles Leclerc has consistently secured pole position at this circuit. This record alone has created a sense of anticipation and hope among the team and fans. However, this statistic must be interpreted with extreme caution. In none of those previous occasions did the initial advantage translate into a race victory. This is a critical point to consider for the result Ferrari hopes to achieve on Sunday. The problem lies in the details. If the SF-25 once again delivers pole position but fails to convert it into a win over the 300 kilometers of racing in Azerbaijan, Charles Leclerc would end up holding a particularly bitter record. In fact, he would surpass the legendary Jim Clark as the driver with the most pole positions at the same circuit that were not converted into victories. This frustrating statistic, especially when considering the last 4 seasons, highlights how Ferrari's technical support has not always been sufficient to guarantee success on high-stakes circuits. Avoiding this scenario is now a priority for the Scuderia. From a technical perspective, the Baku circuit is a highly diverse and challenging layout. The first sector features tight, right-angle turns that require precise braking and steering input. The middle sector alternates between slower, technical corners and medium-speed curves, demanding a car setup that balances agility with stability. The final sector opens into a long, high-speed straight, where DRS deployment can allow cars to reach over 360 km per hour, making top-end power and aerodynamic efficiency critical. Such a layout forces the engineers in Maranello to find a compromise setup, a task far from simple for the SF-25, which has a narrower setup window compared to teams like McLaren. The car must handle an extraordinarily wide speed range, from roughly 60 km per hour in tight corners to more than 360 km per hour in the final straight with DRS activated. For this reason, the acceleration phases, along with the car's responsiveness under braking and in medium-speed corners, become crucial determinants of overall performance. Other sections of the track demand raw engine power and mechanical stability. Only by harmonizing these factors can the Ferrari engineers optimize the overall car setup. Historically, Ferrari has demonstrated a capacity to manage tire temperatures effectively, particularly on the front axle, allowing drivers like Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton to exploit grip efficiently. Yet this season has proved more complex, with several qualifying sessions compromised by tire temperature inconsistencies. There is cautious optimism to nurture for the Maranello engineers. The activation phase of the tires is often delicate. Improper tire warm-up can create uneven temperature distribution between the front and rear axles, reducing mechanical grip and ultimately affecting lap times. This thermal behavior influences both the initial part of a flying lap and the final sections, where the tires risk overheating, potentially compromising performance. This is not a problem unique to Ferrari. Other leading teams face the same technical challenge, especially at circuits with mixed-speed corners and long straights like Baku. Examining the Baku track in detail, the asphalt is relatively smooth and low on mechanical grip. This aspect further amplifies the challenge of managing tire temperatures effectively throughout a lap. To address this, Pirelli brought the C6 tire compounds to Azerbaijan. These tires have proven effective on other street circuits such as Monaco and are suitable for tracks with lower adhesion levels, providing teams with more predictable performance. Another concern is graining, a phenomenon where the tire surface develops irregularities, leading to reduced grip and uneven tire wear. Graining can significantly complicate tire management during long runs, particularly under high-speed loads in Baku's final sector. Fortunately, Ferrari and other top teams have developed strategies over the years to manage this issue. By refining tire management techniques and using data from previous seasons, they can minimize the negative impact of graining. A recent demonstration of Max Verstappen's mastery of this aspect came at the Italian Grand Prix at Monza, where strategic tire management was critical to performance. The role of strategy and preparation will therefore be crucial, and the confidence surrounding Ferrari is not unfounded. The Maranello team has extensively studied the tires, track characteristics, and potential race scenarios, and the engineers say they are well prepared to tackle the challenges of the Baku street circuit. Yet, nothing can be left to chance. Every variable, from tire pressures to brake cooling and aerodynamic balance, must be meticulously monitored and optimized. Only through rigorous preparation can the SF-25 maintain consistent performance across qualifying and the race itself. Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton will both play critical roles in executing the race strategy. The driver's ability to manage tires effectively, adapt to changing track conditions, and extract the maximum performance from the SF-25 will be essential. Ferrari's pit crew and engineers will also need to remain alert to any unexpected developments, including track evolution, potential safety cars, and changing temperatures, which can all influence the car's handling and tire performance. Looking ahead to the upcoming race weekend, the Baku Grand Prix represents both an opportunity and a risk for the Ferrari engineers and technicians. A strong qualifying session could put them in a position to challenge for victory, but any small mistake, whether in tire management, car setup, or strategy execution, could compromise the weekend. The SF-25 must strike the perfect balance between speed, stability, and tire conservation, highlighting the complexity of modern Formula One racing. The 2025 Azerbaijan Grand Prix will test Ferrari's technical and strategic capabilities. If Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton can maximize the SF-25's potential while avoiding past pitfalls, the team could achieve a top result and finally demonstrate its competitiveness in the championship. However, the race will demand flawless execution across every department, from car setup and tire strategy to driver skill and pit crew efficiency. The Ferrari team is determined to avoid repeating previous disappointments at Baku. With extensive preparation, a clear understanding of tire behavior, and the combined talent of their drivers and technical staff, the team is positioning itself to aim as high as possible. Success in Azerbaijan could provide a significant morale boost and reinforce Ferrari's status as the main contender for second place in the 2025 Formula One season.